just been chilling. Take a little hiatus. Give everybody a chance to process information and do your thing. Maybe get away from YouTube for a minute. Whatever you doing, whatever you was doing while I was chilling. I hope you learned something and gained something. But today we're gonna get back on these issues. Just a few issues that I want to talk to that might not seem like health hop issues per se, but believe me, they are. Because like I said, if we're gonna be holistic, we got to deal with our mental, physical, spiritual, all aspects of our health. Okay? So I want to get back to our women and what we call them beauty, and no more ranting and raving. I already got all that off my chest. Now we're going to deal strictly with the science, strictly with the facts, and strictly with nature. This is where a lot of people have a problem with me, man. I'm crazy. I got this real weird thing about me where I just deal strictly with nature. Like, if that shit don't correspond to what's going on with nature, if you ain't in tune with nature, then you out of tune. I don't like to use the word right and wrong, because I don't get into that, or good and bad. Either it's natural or it's unnatural. Either it's healthy or it's unhealthy. Period. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. I don't care if it's cute, if it's fierce, if it's fabulous. I don't give a fuck about none of that if it ain't healthy. If it ain't cute, fierce, fabulous, fine, sexy, and healthy at the same time, then it's some bullshit. Really, that's my stance on it. And we ain't gotta argue. You can't argue with me about that. And that shit covers so many different topics, and we're gonna get into all of that because my stance gonna always be the same though. Whether it's we talking about faggotry, I don't care what we talking about, diet, religion, beauty. Are we dealing with nature? Are we being scientists? Are we in tune? Or are we sleep talking and on some bullshit and under a spell? Under a spell. Now, let's get into this. Let's just jump right into this. Because the more I got into this, the more I keep seeing these key words, these trigger words. Glam being one of them. And to me, that seemed to be synonymous with fierce and all this other dumb shit that I keep hearing being pushed on the women. It's a concentrated effort on our women. If you haven't figured that shit out yet, men and women, brothers and sisters, gods and goddesses, if you have not noticed that they spend a lot of time attacking our sisters, I think we all can agree on that. Magazines, novels, talk shows, soap operas, movies, the music, it's all geared and concentrated and directed and designed for the mental and physical destruction of our women, which will automatically cause a destruction in the children, the men. We got that, right? Okay. Trickle down effect. That's the science of it. So there's no coincidences, accidents here. I say too, before I get too into this. I say, but back to the topic. Let's just deal with that particular word, glam, short for glamour. Now I got this degree from a sister Yapa Bay. I think that's her name. Talking about the fall of Rome and all of that good information. She's big onto etymology. The etymology is very important, brothers and sisters. If you ain't dealing with the etymology, you ain't dealing with the words. You ain't dealing with no definitions. You ain't getting the true science. Point blank. Anybody who giving you just definitions without giving you the root, they not don't listen to them. You better be listening to the people who really digging into the substance of what you're saying. You can only do that by getting to the etymology. If you got a dictionary, a good American Heritage Dictionary, which I recommend, some little brackets at the end of the definition after you finish reading all that bullshit. There's some brackets at the end of the definition which contain the etymology of the word, and that's what you want. Pardon us. Now, after that, once you've obtained it, oh, and then of course there's etymological dictionaries, which I highly recommend, which can cost you a lot of money, depending on how in-depth you're trying to get with your research. But nowadays, you can just go to the online etymology dictionary, good little quick resource, and find basic definitions for these words. And let's start with glamour. This is the most important. Like, this shit says it all right here. Now, y'all walk with me through this. Glamour. This is a Scottish word meaning magic, enchantment. Magic, enchantment. Especially in phrase to cast the glamour. Like to cast a spell, to cast the glamour. Now check this out. A variant of Scottish grammar. Grammari, that might be better pronunciation, which means magic, enchantment, spell. This is an alteration of English grammar. Y'all check this out. No, I'm not making this shit up. This is from the online etymology dictionary. I also found this in my American Heritage Dictionary, which has the little brackets, which give you the etymology. American Heritage Dictionary. Grammar. The medieval sense of any sort of scholarship, especially occult learning. Sense of magical beauty, alluring charm. Okay, this is glamour. We're talking about glamour. Glamour, I'm going to read it again now. All y'all who not, let this shit click. Y'all listen to what I'm reading. Glamour means magic, enchantment. A variant of Scottish grammari, magic, enchantment, spell. Alteration of English grammar. Now I'm going to click on grammar, which takes you to grammari, grammaire. From Old French, grammari, learning, especially Latin and philology. Grammar, magic, incantation, spells, mumbo jumbo. This is a quote. Grammar, magic, incantations, spells, mumbo jumbo. This is grammar. Glamor Skool is the same word as Glamor Skool. Grammar, glamour. Look it up, man. This is not a fucking joke. Like, I ain't twisting and shit. I'm not fucking with it. I just clicked from glamour to grammar. A grammar school. Late 14th century. Originally was a school in which the learned languages are grammatically taught. Now, this gives it to right knowledge for all those who study right knowledge. Of course, y'all already done peeped this, where I'm going with this. For all those who don't, in right knowledge, we deal with a spell. That's what we talk about. We are under a spell. Spell of Kingu, spell of Leviathan. We are under a spell. Spell is in the spelling. A school in which the learned languages are grammatically taught. Grammar school. Spelling. The learned languages. We are under the spell of grammar or glamour. Glam. It is a spell. You already know that school is an indoctrination camp, a slavery factory, It's a slave factory. That's what school is. But what it really is, that's what we thought it was. But if you look at the word, what they telling you in the word grammar school, not the, this is the first school, the little baby school, is where you learn glamour. And in this world, we learn glamour when you learn that it's important. When you start getting your hair pulled out and pressed up and fucked up for life, it's during those years. Okay? Now, so are we clear on that? So that's let's break this shit down from head to toe. See if I can do this within the time I got left. Now that we've established what it means to be glamorous. Your hair, ladies. Anytime you see blonde, that's a lack of melanin. That's an albino trait. Blonde and limp. See how my shit stick up and do this? It's because of the strength that it has that it's able to do this. And if the thicker it was, the more it would stick up. See, mine's real little, so that's closer to being a single strand. But anytime you identify with albino traits, limp, brittle, weak, I don't care how cute that shit might appear to be to you. Why do you think? This is what you should be asking yourself. What is wrong with you that you think a deformity is cute? Why do you think being degenerate is more attractive than being dominant? Why do you think being inferior looks better than being superior? Why do you think inferior genes look better than your superior genes? Blonde is inferior by virtue of the fact that it lacks melanin. That's why it's blonde. Straight hair is inferior by virtue of the fact that it is weak and brittle and breaks off because it is straight. The people with straight hair spend a lot of time and money and effort trying to strengthen their weak, brittle, and even blonde hair. They don't really like that. Those who know what it means. So ask yourself, why would you imitate another person's defect? And that's the fact, and that's what it is. Not even going to talk about what you do. If you don't know what you're doing when you're putting chemicals in your head, they go through your pores. If you don't know there are pores in your head, and those chemicals can get into your brain, then shame on you. If you're still even on that level, I ain't even going to address perms. Put perms in your head, you are permanently damaging your hair. That's what the perm means. We know it's not permanent, it's a temp. So if you're doing a temp to permanently damage your shit, then kill yourself. Really, I don't have time for you. So that's enough of that. Makeup. If you are not using something natural and organic, then what you're doing is clogging your pores and fucking up your skin, and that's why you have to keep putting the makeup on. I ain't finna get into that. I'm gonna let the Empress talk to y'all about makeup. Fuck all that. The point is, colors that you put on your face were intended for people who lacked color in their face. Okay? Ain't nothing more foolish looking than a dark-skinned woman with some rosy red cheeks. You look like a fucking idiot. Next thing, clothing. You already know your clothing should be loose and comfortable. The pants, the jeans are cutting off your natural electricity flow. I don't care how cute they are. I don't care who make them. Baby fat, they're patterned off of men's clothing. Everybody knows dresses are for girls and pants are for boys. There's a reason for that. And last but not least, your precious shoes that y'all seem to love so much. Fucking up your spine. your equilibrium, the natural curvature of your spine. Your feet are made this way, flat, for a reason. There is a reason that your foot is made this way. When you do this, you fuck up the whole way your body is supposed to work. Why do you think you have to learn to walk in them? It's not a natural thing. You don't just put them on and just start going. Why you don't get none as a baby? Why they don't have little 3-year-old high heels and shit? Why y'all ain't putting them on your 2-year-old girls? Why you don't put them on soon as you start learning how to walk? Because you don't want to fuck them up for life? Could that be why? You know they spine, they shit still developing. But it's alright once it's set, you can just go on and ruin it. The price of beauty. I talk to my mate about this a lot now. That's what I like to deal with. What is the price of beauty? How far will you go to be cute? Will you fuck up your temple? And like I said, for what and for who? Trying to look like who? Trying to impress whom? Trying to get whose attention? See how y'all be walking? It used to be a time when that shit might have caught. It's something about that. You know, the walk that go with it. I get it. But if you look at yourself, you already got that walk. You already got it sexy. You don't need that. Your walk is supposed to come from your rhythm. Y'all better listen to Dr. Africa. He talk about that shit all the time. But look at yourselves, man. Now when I look at you, I see your foot wobbling and shit. Your motherfucking foot wobbling back and forth while you're trying to walk on these stilts. You look crazy, and that shit is crippled. You are crippling yourself, and you look crippled, and you done trained us to think crippled look good. Walking crippled and crazy, that's supposed to be sexy now. You're damaging your bodies. Look it up. I'm not making this shit up. I ain't gonna spend too much time on it because I shouldn't even be telling y'all this. Like, this ain't something I should be having to talk about. Like, this is something you're supposed to already know about yourself. Come on, man. One thing you might want to know is that high heels were first worn by European men. White boys wanted to look taller. Matter of fact, it's a lot of shit that y'all are wearing and doing that you got from Europeans who, according to Dr. Africa, dressed you up like them in order to be attracted to you. Since they wore those big puffy curly wigs and all kind of feminine ass shit, which has become feminine now because y'all done took it on and started wearing it and think it's your shit. But go back, keep going back, look on the walls, look at what we still doing in certain tribes and cultures, and you'll see what we doing. Y'all don't want to talk to me about all this ancient shit. I know y'all invented wigs, makeup, weaves, and everything else. I mean, first of all, everything you came up with is not good and great. Don't be so proud of everything that black people did. Sometimes we came up with something for somebody else to use. It wasn't for us. And everything we came up with for us to use wasn't good for us. Madam C.J. Walker ain't no better than Madam Blavatsky to me. Matter of fact, I think I like Madam Blavatsky more than I like Madam C.J. Walker. That's a devil. That's what I told my son's sister when she asked me about Madam C.J. Walker. She's a devil. She ain't nobody for you to be looking up to. Look up to women like Harriet Tubman. Fuck Madam C.J. Walker. So every time, just because we came up with some shit, don't mean it's the shit, first of all. And everything, like I said, that we came up with wasn't necessarily for our youth. We also wore the same shit that y'all was wearing. If you want to talk about ancient makeup, we painted our faces too. Y'all don't even want to talk about that type of shit. Y'all start talking about a nigga faggot if I come in here with my motherfucking Egyptian shit painted on and shit. Y'all don't want to hear none of that. So don't bring that shit up to me. I don't want to hear that. Don't act like you coming at me on no historical shit unless you ready for both of us to be walking around like that. If you're gonna wear a fucking wig, why would you wear one that look like it's degenerate? Why would you take a step down? Why do you think a step down is better than where you already was at? Why would you put something on your head or sew or glue or put something in your head that you couldn't grow yourself? What are you saying? You obviously saying that whatever you put on is better than what you could grow yourself. There's no other reason why you would do it. Y'all can't tell me nothing else, man. This is nature. You seen a motherfucking cat with some bird wings on his back, you would think he was crazy. You like, what the fuck is wrong with that cat? Don't he know he's not a bird? Why did that cat want to be a bird so much? What's wrong with being a cat? Why you can't just be happy being a cat? I hope I ain't leave nothing out. Like I said, I just want to be basic and simple and keep it natural. So y'all can't say you ain't never heard this shit before. So ain't no excuses. And before I begin, I just want to make sure you keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen too, everybody listening, that this is for your liberation. Like a lot of times I get attacked and confronted as if I'm trying to take things away from people. Like, you trying to take my this and you trying to take my that. Like, I like this. That's this shit to me. I love those. You know, but if you just thought about it, if you just sat down and thought about it for a minute, you realize what I'm doing is freeing you. Like, imagine how free you could be. Imagine what it felt like to just wake up in the morning, do your hair like this, run your hands through it, and you gone. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Put some oil or something in it, and you done. That's it. You rinse your face off with some good warm water, brush your teeth, and that's it. Ain't no more time to spend in the mirror. That's it. Like, this is liberation. You are free. You just freed up more time to do other things. You're not a slave to these products no more. It's a lot of liberation involved in all of these things we're talking about. So just try to keep that in mind. That's the goal. Like I said, civilization and to civilize. What I really mean is to liberate you and to free you. You know what I'm saying? That's what we really trying to do. See, just to shake this shit out and not give a fuck. That's where you want to be. Like, stop worrying about all that. Let's get off of these illusions. Stop trying to lie. Stop lying before you even open your mouth. Stop trying to present to me that this is how your hair look when you know it don't grow like that, and that these are how your eyebrows are shaped when you know they don't grow like that, and that that's how long your eyelashes are, you know they not that long, and then you know your lips ain't that full and they not that color, and you know you might even have a few hairs right here and say ain't nothing wrong with that. You know your titties don't sit up like this and go in like this and make a line in the middle. You know that. You know your hips might not even go in, your sides might not go in that far, and you know your ass might not be that big if you done padded that, and then you know you're not that tall, you know, added some inches to your height. Like, all of this shit is an illusion you're creating. We back to the spell. You're trying to charm, entice and put a spell on me with all this shit. But you're not even aware of what you're doing. You don't have no control or power over that. There's a time and a place for everything. It's a time to pull out your magic, your shit, your charms. It's a time to work your magic. That's why you go out in the street and you getting approached by every Tom, Dick, and Harry, all these motherfuckers who you want out your face. But it's because you using a magic that you don't even understand. You using spells and witchcraft and you don't even on that science. You don't even understand what you really doing. So watch my time, okay? So y'all just beware. Stop lying. You know what I'm saying? Stop deceiving. Stop being dishonest in your appearance, and then complaining about not receiving total honesty from your mate. You've already made it clear from here. Like I said, if the first thing I saw was dishonest, then I already know in my subconscious, and that's how I need to handle you. This is just the way we are. We just lie to each other. You didn't have to say nothing. You don't have to tell me. I already know you lie when I look at you. Come on. Y'all understand what I'm saying, I hope. Okay, so points was that I forgot to mention that the brother reminded me of. One was, see if I can remember, because I ain't looking at the comment right now. The red nails. Good point. Once again, talking about bestiality, being beast-like. We don't want to be imitating the beast, living after the image and the likeness of the beast. And when you're talking about Europeans, when you see red, that shit is always synonymous with blood. We even know right there that that's what this symbolizes. Red symbolizes the blood. So what you want, if you want to talk about red, it can represent the root chakra too. And we got the red and blue that represent upper and lower hemites. The red and blue. That's fire and water. That ain't dealing with blood and the root. When you dealing with claws and fangs, you talking about blood. Stop thinking about them as your pretty fingernails and think about them as what they really are by nature, which are claws. That's what these are, you claws. So while you growing them all pretty and getting them painted up and shit, just know that you painting your claws, and you growing your claws as if you was about to tear into some flesh. And when you paint them red, you gave the appearance as if you've been in some flesh, and that goes along with the red lipstick, as if you had just been partaking of some flesh. It's all go together. Blood dripping from the mouth and from the teeth. From the mouth and from the hands, y'all feel what I'm saying? This is beast shit. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know what else what you want me to tell you. Like I say, or you want to say it's root chakra, then it's some freak shit. You talking about, you just all about fucking? You trying to entice me into fucking your fingers? What does the red root got to do with the fingers? Is what I'm saying. What? Common sense. Claws. Blood. Red. Mouth. Red. In nature, you wouldn't have red on either parts of your body for any other reason. Yeah, I want to debate that. That's the fact. What was the next thing? Horse piss. I remember that one. Sorry, ladies. Yes. All your essence of motherfucking passion and obsession and desire and lust and all that old shit, yeah, that's piss you spraying on yourself. Real talk. Urine. These are not natural substances. This is artificial substances that you're using to cover up your unnatural funk. Like, y'all need to stop putting dead, decaying things in your body and then trying to cover them up with fresh, pretty shit. That's the problem right there. Like Dr. Pookrum said, the shit that you got in your bathroom is supposed to be in the kitchen. Y'all doing shit backwards. You got strawberry, almond, vanilla shampoo and motherfucking grape, coconut body wash and all this so exotic delicious shit in the fucking bathroom to wash your ass with. When you go in the kitchen, you got boxes of bullshit in the freezer and all that old shit. Lean cuisine, hot pockets and shit. Come on, man. Get this shit together, man. If you ate the strawberries and almonds and grapes and shit that you bathing with, you would smell fresh and clean instead of like dead, rotting, decaying shit that you eat and drink. Instead of mucus that you drink from cows and the dead, rotting flesh that you eat, that shit comes out your pores. So you spend your money on all these fragrances, on all this piss, these horse piss products. Look this shit up. If you don't know what the shit you spraying on you is made out of, then that's your fault. Don't get mad at me. Cause I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't even like that shit. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a time when we not even we gonna reject you because of that. Put on some natural sense if you gonna wear something, or just be your goddamn self. Then I know what the fuck a woman smell like again. Nigga don't even. You want me to forget what women smell like? Women smell like motherfucking Chanel number 5. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to think now. Anyway. What was another one? Oh, G-strings. That's what we talking about. G-strings. That's an interesting topic. Because that's just something I guess we supposed to naturally enjoy. We're supposed to find sexy. But what we enjoy and find sexy is your naked body, ladies. So all you did was just bring us closer to your naked body. That's the only thing we like about it. That's the only difference between your regular drawers and a thong or a G-string. Now we can just see more of your naked body. We don't care if you got on a motherfucking garbage bag drawers that you made yourself. Like, I wouldn't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. If that, the problem, we just want to be able to get in that shit. The best thing about a G-string is that you can pull that motherfucker to the side. That's about it. But what is that worth it? That's what I'm saying. My philosophy is, what the fuck are you even wearing drawers for? What is the point? You're trying to put some type of fake teasing illusion shit in my head, like, oh, look at all this, but see this little part right here, you can't have that, it's covered up. Get the fuck out of here, man. By the time I noticed all that, I know I'm gonna fuck you. Okay, so don't play them mind games with me. Just come on. That shit is not more attractive than your naked ass. Like, if you would just have nothing on, that little patch that's already supposed to be there, the hair that you probably fucked around and shaved off and fucked your shit up. So now you got this other imaginary patch right here that's supposed to turn me on more. No, man, get the fuck out of here. You know some of y'all got fur on them parts, on the patches, and then might fuck around and shave your real shit. And you got a furry thong on. Retarded shit y'all be doing, man. But from a health standpoint, ladies, you got that shit all up in your ass. You don't know what them dyes and chemicals and what the fuck is the shit I'm trying to think of? Chlorines and bleaches and whatever the fuck. I don't know what they use on panties. That's your job to know. I don't have shit all digging off into my ass. Like, I don't wear shit that cut up into me in no parts of me. So you need to be knowing what that shit is doing. You don't know what them chemicals are doing to your body, but you need to know they are getting in there and they are affecting you. I don't think you should be wearing no underwear at all. I think that shit cuts off your natural energy flow, your flow of electricity. Let that shit breathe. Let that shit flow. What the fuck? Why not? You're not nasty, stinking beast. That's not you. So, anyway. And I ain't talking about all the time. Let your shit flow. Like, sometimes you need to cover your shit up till you get to the level where that ain't a problem. Now, don't get it twisted. But you know what the fuck I'm saying. Don't just be doing shit just to be doing shit. We don't care about that shit. So don't keep putting yourself through that, having that shit all up in you, stuck up in you, getting all into your system for no reason. Just skip the draws. I promise you, we'll make us much happier, and you'll be happier and freer. This is liberation. You don't have to worry about it, man. There ain't nothing freer than not wearing no draws. Anyway, what was the next thing? Was something else? It was something else, wasn't it? Damn, Desi, I'm about to run out of time. I hope I ain't wire bras. Got a few seconds. Wire bras. First of all, the cleavage shit. Your titties do not grow like this. I don't care how pretty or perfect they are. That is an ass you're trying to emulate. Now you need to ask yourself why you want an ass right here. Who are you trying to impress? What's the ass loving people? But you cutting your shit all up in here. I'm gonna talk to my own mate about this. Stop cutting up your shit and damaging your shit. The look you going for, you're supposed to be getting by having some babies, not by patting and pushing up your shit. Get some milk off in them mother. Can you argue with that? Are y'all gonna tell me that straight hair is stronger than this? Is that your argument? Sisters, any one of you sisters, tell me that. That's all I'm asking you. Is this stronger or not? How I'm pulling it. My shit don't be all over the place. I don't leave fur behind like a dog. Y'all like dogs. That's like a dog. That's dog-like. That's beast-like. If you get out my bed in the morning and there's a whole bunch of shit, fur on my pillow and shit, just like my dog just got out my bed. And I don't sleep with dogs in my bed. Just for that reason. Come on, man. That's why I say, man, don't get upset when a nigga say he civilized you. Brother, if a man civilized you, you owe him your life. You know what I'm saying? Pulled you out of the muck and mire. If you was walking around with a head full of fur, thinking it was better than your natural strength, your beautiful shit right here, you was dead, basically. Blind, deaf, and dumb. So this is civilization. I'm bringing you back to civilization, who you once were. You running around thinking a beast is more attractive than you. Dressing like men, thinking it's feminine. Fucking up your natural balance and equilibrium, curvature of your spine to imitate who and what. Impress who and what. I've told many women many times before, y'all could be walking around with brown paper sacks on your head, and I guarantee you, ain't gonna be no less babies being born around this motherfucker. Ain't nobody finna stop fucking. That shit, it's not real. What you thinking is important is not what we're looking for. You are teaching us what to look for. You are making us think these things are important. It all starts here. Right here. Whatever I look up at, when I first get right here, the first thing I'm seeing while I'm down there enjoying my meal, my first meal, getting sustained by life, that image that I see back at me is my first image of God. That's my first glimpse of God. And from then on, everything or every woman I see from then on is going to have to live up to that standard of beauty. And if this person up here, who I'm looking at, if their standard of beauty is a beast, then I'm going to grow up with that as my standard of beauty. So y'all keep that in mind too. I hear a lot of sisters, you want to dog their brothers for not being conscious of that. You have to be aware. We had to come. You had to come to that realization, brothers, and the sisters had to be patient. I mean, you're gonna have to show us. You can't be walking around looking crazy and then acting like we supposed to not be looking at all these other women like, damn, these women look like my mama. This is natural. You got to train yourself not to get caught up in all that. So I hope y'all break the spell. No more glam, no more program, grammar, glamour. Let's wake up. Be healthy.